Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The single best idea today, we did a lot on fixed income. And what a privilege to have Michael Kelly in from Pine Bridge Investments on asset allocation. It's become a cottage industry of marketing, branding, and all that. And Michael Kelly's one of the war horses going back decades who invented the very serious mathematical thinking of how you should allocate your portfolio. Great privilege to have him in today. Chris Grisanti came in. He's a value investor. And we started out, he said, NVIDIA to him is a value stock. So we walked through that. That was fascinating. UPS with a 6% dividend. That was fascinating. Here's Chris Grisanti on this 2026 moment.
At different points in musical chairs, we all remember you're afraid the music's about to stop and you're looking. And I think that's where we are now. But I don't think the music's going to stop. And look, I'm a value guy. I don't want to believe in a multiple of 60, 70 times. But the earnings are there if the music doesn't stop. And I think there's lots of reasons to think it'll go on for another year or two. We're building a bubble. But while we build it, this is a la the late 90s, there's a lot of money to be made and you don't want to sit on the sideline.
Chris Grisanti, MAI there, enthusiastic about participating, and what I'm hearing guest after guest is frankly trying to think through where we are. Kevin Gordon at Schwab with a phrase of the day. It was out on Twitter. Thank you, Mr. Gordon. And he's out at Pepperdine doing like alumni speeches. It's like 75 out there this morning. Kevin Gordon saying, well, this is 9 weeks of January, and that's sort of how it feels here. Kim Dawson was in from NewEdge. Well, she's living the 9 weeks of January as well. Kim Dawson trying to measure out mathematically, like the 2 decimal points, this earnings season. Let's listen.
We've only seen about 13% of the names report, but of those 13% of names, what we're seeing is growth is coming in at 8.2%. That's effectively equal to the 8.3% that people expected going into the quarter. That's a contrast from the last 2 quarters where you had beats that were so large that you ended the quarter with effectively double the growth rate than what you expected going in. So that's probably why we're seeing this market more shrug in the face of these beats versus dancing with joy like we saw in the past couple of quarters.
Cameron Dawson, NewEdge Wealth. Really look forward to Julian Emanuel's Evercore ISA summary that he will have out here. I'm not quite sure. I'll bet you it'll be Thursday, Friday, or even into the weekend and Monday before we see that with all the earnings that we have coming out. Don't forget Carol Masser, Tim Stevanovic, really in the afternoon driving that earnings dialogue here on YouTube. It's a podcast out on Apple, on Spotify, and YouTube podcasts. Single best idea.